Hello and welcome to today's Unreal Engine stream. Today we will add a workshop building and some tools to our game. For example, we will start today with an axe, which is used to chop trees. Some trees will require this tool to be gathered. But before we start with this, I will show what I did in the meantime. So we made a UI elements with AI in the last stream, and so I added it to my resource bar. I made some icons for the resources and the background, and I made a building menu, but I didn't make icons for everything right now. And I added background to the building info pop-up, so we have the background here. So it's not finished, the UI is not finished for now, but I will make it step by step. Okay, I think that's the only thing I made since the last stream. And so today we create a new building. It will be a crafting building like the kitchen. And let's see which building mesh we want to use. So I think I just copy the kitchen for now, and we think about the meshes later. So this will be a workshop, and in the workshop we are able to add receipts for our tools. So I think I can leave this everything like it was. So we just have to change the crafting templates. So we need a new material. In our enums. And here. And we call it Stone X. this is what we want to create, to craft in our workshop. So we restart the engine, and then we will have this material to choose in our drop down menu, and it will be pretty simple to create it. Let's see. The stone axe will have durability, and later in the game you will be able to make some iron axe, and this will have even more durability. And maybe in a very far away version of the game you will be able to build a chainsaw to chop even bigger trees. So I hope there isn't a lot of background noise, because there is a kindergarten near me. Okay, so we have the workshop now. We want to create the stone axe, and for the stone axe we need some wood and some stone. I would say for now we one wood and one stone, just to make it simple. So he will make 10, that's enough. Crafting time, it takes 10 seconds to craft the stone axe. And now let's see if... So we need a lumberjack hut. We need a mining building, because we need stone and lumber. We create 2 small houses. Every house with one for the lumberjack, one for the mining building, and then I did not add the workshop to my building menu. So we go to the widget folder, hut widget, and here we add workshop. So let's see again. Yes, we have the workshop now. Again, we build a lumberjack hut. We build a mining building. We build 2 small, or 3. Let's build 3 small houses. And one in the mining building is enough. We want one for transport, and then we build a workshop. And we need a work for the workshop, small house again, and we will be working in the workshop. So he needs needs wood and stone and is creating. So he already have the wood, now he needs the stone. Oh, stone is not working. Okay. We try another mining building. Oh, he's stuck here. Why he's stuck here? That's interesting. Oh, the navigation is going here. And he can't step over. Okay. Today it's very loud outside. I hope you don't hear everything. So we do it again, and now we do another thing. We don't want our characters to be starving that fast. Which means I'm not sure where to do it. Resource resident building. So resident character has a max starving counter. Is 10, we make it 100. So our characters are not starving that fast. Let's try again. We'll start with the mining building, because when this is bugged, it's fucked up. We create some houses. We add him to mining building. We make a lumberjack hut here. So he's making stone, that's good. So he will be working in our lumberjack hut. He will be the transport dude, and the last thing we need is the workshop. We make it here, and this one is working at the workshop. Oh, I see an arrow. I will write it down. So because when I hover over the other buildings, it doesn't change the building, only if it's a complete. It's a different building. No, only if there's space between them. So now we should have made some stone axes. Yes, we have 3 outgoing stone axes, which means we are already finished with producing of this, but now we have to use it in our lumberjack hut. That means we save this one. And now we need a component similar to the demand component. Which will be called maybe tool component. Or demand tool component. I think I will call it demand tool component. That sounds not bad. And I make it easier. We will just copy this one. Demand tool component. We can use the same component because tools are different. Tools will not be reduced based on every production tick. They will be produced based on their durability. So demand tool component, we do a little bit of renaming here. So we stay with the we keep the function for now. We will we refactor it later when we know what we have to use. Okay, so we rebuild our new project, generate new, and then we can add the amount of tools. takes a while. So I'm not sure if we need this. Yes, we do. So we add it to our custom game state. So now I just do the function by function and check if we needed it. And if we have to change it. So custom game state is here. So we want demand tool components and demand tool components. Of course, it would be possible to make it more generic, but sometimes I think it's easier because it's not that complicated to make some similar code multiple times. So we move demand tool component and sometimes I like it to make such a repetitive work where you don't have to think a lot, just do it. Okay, we have add, remove and get demand component. Now I think that's everything we need. So we make the functions demand tool component, demand tool component. I copy tool now, demand tool component. Oh, we add it here. True, I should leave it here. So add demand tool component, remove demand tool component. And get demand tool component. Tool component. So Okay, now we are able to save all our components in a list, and when we change this to demand tool component, the begin place function is good. So then we have demand, send demand request. So let's check how this works. So we have material type property. Okay, there is required. So we create a new struct input tool property, and because tools don't have a required input material amount, because it's always one, I would say. So put tool so this is the value how much access can be stored inside the Lumberjack cut, and the required input material amount is not necessary, but we call this tool durability. And then we change the names here. And then we can use this here. So a demand tool component is a input tool map and then we have the input, we call it input tools. So this is the only thing we want to edit in the editor. I think this is good because a demand tool component should just define the number and the durability of a tool, and then I add this tool to the this component to a building, and the building decides what the tool is doing. Okay, we have the input tools, input tool property. And now we go back here. So when we want to send a demand request, we go to the input tool map, input tool, so it's demanding all so then we demand the tool type, so we rename this. Okay, now we send demand request to our logistics systems. That's good. So here we have to rename it because we rename input to input tools. Then this one remove this one. This will be different. We also remove this one. For now we also remove this one and check out if we need it. Okay, we need this one. So remove demand will be also different. Add to input will be the same, remove from input will be the same. and I'm not sure about the input material type. We don't need it for now. Okay. Now we can add this to our getter buildings. There will be UDemand tool component, demand tool component, UDemand tool component. So now we have demand tool component our getter building, which means we add it here. Demand tool component, creative demand tool component, demand tool component. We include it. And when the getter building begins to play, we send the demand request. Let's see now when we have an X, it should be transported to the getter building. Let's see. When it's empty, there will be nothing will happen. So let's check out the getter building hunter's hut. Oh no, wrong. Lumberjack hut, of course. We did make access. And now we should have demand component here. Yes, we have. And now we add a stone X to our input tool map, and the max input storage will be 5. And the tool durability will be 10 for now. Or let's make it 2, because we only have 3 trees in our test map. And so should remove 1x after 2 trees. So now when we gather our resources, we want to check our tool components. And with every tool component, now not sure how to do it. For now, we'll do it like this. When we have a tool component, the gather building is able to have advanced gathering. So this means we add a bool level I do it here. Bool we call advanced gathering active. And then it's false on default. And when we get a resource and the building is active and we have a ready worker, we do check if we have let me think about it. Okay, we check here if we have a demand tool component. I'm thinking about it. The problem is when I check here if we have one and reduce the durability when he comes back from the gathering, then it's possible that anyone else between it, any worker between that, also use the same X. Which means I reduced the durability earlier. So now we have to check here if we have our we just check if he has the tool. So has tool in input. We create the function. So for now we check if he has tools of every type. So we go through the input tools. So in this case, he needs every tool of the demand tool component to make it work. Maybe this is not the best case for later. Functionalities of this component, but for now it's okay. So if the input tool amount is lower than 1, it's false, and else it's true. So if it has a tool in the input, we set advanced scattering active to true, and else we set it to false. It's a constant function. Yeah, can't be a constant function. Hope this doesn't break anything. Okay. And then when and then we also want to store current tool durability. Starts with 0. and if current durability is 0, then the new tool durability get so now we want to get the durability, which means we need the properties. Which is not that easy because when we have multiple tools, they will have their own all have their own durability. I think we will only do one. We will only do one input tool. Input tool type, and when we need multiple tools, we need multiple tool components. It's even better. So property, so we only have the input tool type here, and we have the input tool property here, and then we change the input tool type, so we can remove this for loop, and instead of this we use input tool type here type, and property instead of the value, property and property. Okay, and now, and also this doesn't have to be a loop. Input type amount, input tool type none, okay, we can make a few functions constant, and then we want to get the property get input tool property. We don't need this one. definition, turn, input tool property, and we can remove what do you want this to be here? We don't need this, and we don't need this, because we only have one input tool type, which means we can remove this, and we take this and remove this, and use this type, and we can remove this, and remove this, and use this. And the input tools code. Yeah, we keep the input like this because we use the stored utils for filling it up. So get input of type can we call it get input of tool. So so now we go back here. And now we know it's only one. Get tool property, tool durability, so and now when Now it's if he's sticking it everywhere. Yes. So now when he really finds something and advanced scatter is active is true, or maybe only if he uses it. Yes, so we get the resource component. Okay, and when he has space. For a specific tool, okay. So here we have to check out if the resource component need advanced technology, which means we change the resource component. We call this require advanced scattering. We do it false on default. And we want to get require advanced scattering. We create the definition, turn require advanced scattering. So now we can, when it contains So if there is a component get require advanced gathering. So if this is true, then our active advanced gathering also has to be true. And when this is false, it doesn't matter at all. So if not require advanced gathering, then we do this stuff. Or advanced gathering is active. So when this is true, it's false, we do nothing. But when this is active, we do. When this is false, we do this, and it doesn't matter anyway. I think that's good. So, and then when we finished, and the nearest resource component requires advanced gathering, so only when we really need the X, then the current tool durability is reduced by 1. Of course, it can be a constant value when oh no, I will. So if this nearest resource component that require advanced gathering, then we will reduce the current tool durability by 1. And if the current tool durability is 0, and then we want to reduce the remove from input. We will remove one tool from so, and I think we don't need a mark because we always do one. And then we can remove this one here. Remove tool from input. So when it's 0, and then when the next comes, he still have the tool, and it can still true. The current degree is not 0. Okay, and then when you have removed it, current durability is 0. He checks if he has another one. When not, he set the non-scatter active false. When he has, it's still true. This is true, and he has the new durability. Okay, let's check it out. No, we have cast float to bool, resource component, forgot it. So in theory, there should be everything should work now. There should be resources with, so we make another tree. Where are our resources? Trees. We want a new tree. for now, for testing, we don't change custom base resource component. Where's the resource component? Here. And we said it require advanced scattering. Maybe we change the mesh a little because otherwise it's harder. So we use this tree. So this tree will need advanced scattering. Let's of course we have to add some of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we start with a lumberjack hut, some buildings for our villagers. Let's do them here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one will be our lumberjack. So now he should be able to do this 3 trees, but not this 4 or 5. Let's see. And while he is doing this, we create a mining building here. This will be our mining guy. And we will do a workshop somewhere here. And this one will be transport guy. And we will do a warehouse here. Okay, now he's chopping the last one of this. That means he can't do this because he is nearer. That's good. And now we want to create one stone axe. So this one will be our workshop guy. So we will stop it when we have one X. Now we have one. So now he should bring a stone. We do one more transport guy. Just work. someone should bring the X here. Maybe he's doing it right now, yes, or he's... Oh, they're taking wood. Okay, it looks like we don't have a demand request for the X. Let's see. In our logistic system. We have one for food, 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 and we don't have any logistic request for access. Let's see why. Oh, maybe I know. I don't know for sure. I did not set the values in the blueprint. So we do this again. Lumberjack hut. Demand tool component. Input tool type is StoneX. And input tool property, max input tool storage space is 5 and tool durability is 2. Okay, now he needs tools, and now we what's when it's none? So let's do this only if the demand tool get in. No. Type. Turn input tool type. So only if it's not none, we will send it. Even we can send demand request with none. I think it's working. So the logistic system will not crash because of that. So we restart the engine again. And now there should be demand for this. Let's see. Again, we will build our small village to test it. But I think in the next session I will create a starting building where I can add starting resources, and then it's easier for me to test things because I don't have to gather the resources before I test it. So I could just add some access in my starting building and use it. So let's do it again. Just check it out. Stone X and 5 and 2. That's good. So I build some houses again. I build a lumberjack hut again. I build a warehouse again. I build a mining building. I set him to be lumberjack. He is the mining guy. I create a workshop here. He is transport guy and he is the workshop guy. It doesn't make much sense that these are advanced and these are not, but we are just testing right now. So the transport guy is already transporting wood to our workshop. Yes, we have 5 wood. Now he is gathering the stone. So then we do one one X. Yes, we remove this guy. We do him a red spot. Oh, now he took the X and is bringing it to the lumberjack hut. We see there is a stone X incoming. Oh, no, it crashed. Let's see what's the problem. Oh, get material type properties. What is null? Why are we in the demand component here? Let's check the call stack. Oh, we deliver material. Yeah, I get it. So these blueprint user matches are spamming my log. I don't like this. But I think it's clear he wants to deliver the demand and there is no demand component because it's a demand tool component. That means when we deliver the material, we do this and it's here. And same with the demand tool component here. We included deliver material. And then we do the demand tool component. Back to input. This is the same, I think. Or not. Okay, we only need the amount because the tab is always the same. But when we have multiple demand components, this will be a problem. I will write it down here. Problem with multiple demand components. So we check here if demand tool component get input tool type equals this. Now we remove the possibility that a tool is added to the wrong input demand tool component. We could try another thing. Maybe we just do it correct, then we don't have the problem later. Get components. By class. For so just do the else here. So then we want to cast it. if you actor component and now we cast the actor component to a demand tool component, and then we can use this here. So let's check it out again. If is we get all demand tool components, and if this, then we cast this actor component to a demand tool component, and then we check if the input type of this component is the correct one, and then we add it. And when we do this, we can break the for loop. Let's check it out. So now we already prepared that a building can have multiple tools. For example, a lumberjack hut could have an axe and a saw, and the axe increases chopping down the trees, and the saw increase transporting the trees or something like this. Or the saw increases the outcome. This would make more sense eventually. So now we try again. If this works now, we are building a lumberjack hut. We are building houses. I build a mining building here. And the workshop here. And now this one will be the lumberjack. Okay, this one will be the mining guy. This one will be the workshop guy. And this one is the transport guy. So, okay, he is chopping trees. He is working and he is transporting. Everything is fine. And there is wood incoming. So he's chopping down the last tree because he don't have the axe right now. For these trees he need advanced gathering, and therefore he need an axe which will be produced here in this workshop. When this guy took the stone from here to the building, and then now he's producing, or we need, now he has X, we stop producing the eggs because we want to see. So now he's bringing the eggs here, and we need a warehouse. And we stop producing stone here, and we do another transport because the wood need to be okay. What is happening? The lumberjack hut. Okay, he's stuck at the lumberjack hut. Did he bore transit component? Let's check out. Demand tool component. He has his eggs, but he's stuck. So why is he stuck at this? He delivers the demand. And then demand. Why he's not moving back? That's the question for now. Maybe the navigation. This has to do something with the transporting. So on target reached, he delivers the material. He did this. He did this. And then he's stuck. Okay, we have to debug now. Why is not going away? Maybe he couldn't reach the goal for some. So let's rebuild the workshop here. And do transporting. And then this will be the worker. For the workshop. We build an X. So he returns false here. Okay, now this one is getting the stone X. Okay, now he has the stone X, but what is now? I think I blocked some. Okay, there are the movement errors. It's strange that it crashed. We try again. This time he did move correctly, but when he went home it crashed. Maybe there are some moving issues. Okay, so we build houses. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now we build lumberjack hut. And now we make a warehouse for only 4 lumber. And then we make a mining building. And then it crashed. Oh, the game state of the ghost building is null sometimes. How is this possible? So now we do some refactoring because our game is crashing, but it's good. So we can see we will find some errors while we're playing. It's not that bad. But I really don't understand how this game state can be null. Don't get it. Game state doesn't change. Okay. Lumberjack hut. Houses. 1, 2, 3, 4. Warehouse. Mining building. Warehouse filter wood only. We don't want the transport guys to transport stone there. We have 1 lumberjack. We have 1 mining guy. We have 1 transport guy. Then we create the workshop. Oh, and then again we put the workshop. Okay, there is not a even space in the world. we put the workshop here. We have one workshop guy. When it's finished, workshop guy. So now transport guy is bringing stuff to the workshop guy. Workshop guy is also doing stuff, doing things. So he bringing stone over there. Wood guy is finished with chopping down his trees, but we still okay. Now he's finished. He created one X. He's also finished. Now he will be transport guy. Now he brings the X to the wood guy. And and now he used his X. Then theoretically he can chop down 2 advanced trees, and then this single X should be destroyed, and he can't do any more. Ooh, yes. I was lucky that these 2 squares are don't stuck. So in theory now the X is dead. Yes, and he can't do any more wood chopping. But when we again change him to the workshop, he will produce more axes, and then he can again chop down these trees. Let's see if this is true. So he's producing. It's 10 seconds for an X. Oh. We don't have a transport guy anymore. I think I forgot one thing. He don't send what's he doing? Oh, he's bringing oh, he did 2 things in once. Wow, my logistics system is so smart. It's so smart that you even don't get what the guys are doing. So yes, he brings the last 2 X's, but one thing is missing, because when the resource component, no, demand tool component, when we remove from input, let's do it here. we have to send new demand request. Which means he will get it when we do this. Okay. So guys, it was a little bit longer than the normal videos, the regular videos, but we did add some tools to use from the buildings. The next part will be tools for characters, but this will be a bigger part because characters need an inventory, and we have to think about how this could work. I'm not sure if we do it directly or we just finish the first mission of the game without this functionality and add it later. But we will see. For now today we add tools for buildings. It works very good. So now we have buildings with two functions, with advanced or basic gathering in this case. So we could also add tools like a pickaxe to the mining building and then they mine faster. Okay, have a nice day. See you in the next video.